Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to week number 4 of the Betting House podcast, powered by Garage Door Sports Network, your ultimate degenerate betting podcast. I am joined again by our regular co-host and our producer, Matt, Justin, TJ, and of course, Jake, the producer. Let's kick it off. Let's go with Jake to start. Jake, how's it going this week?
Yeah, back to me to start. Obviously, haven't done my laundry yet. Still got the sweater on. Big improvement from week 2 to 3. Hopefully only up from here, boys. Just want to mention to the followers, I have a little stat for me here. If you take out my likes from the show, my record is 6-4-1. So I'm winning at a 59% if you take out my likes. So just fade my likes, and we win everywhere else. Just want to let the people know that.
Okay, all right. Well, you know that what they say about good luck, right? You can't wash the stuff when it works. So I don't mind the sweater not being washed.
That's good.
Matt, what's going on with you?
Not a whole lot, man. I've had 2 back-to-back 2 and 3 weeks. I need to turn into a positive this week.
All right, well, there goes my
brutal hit on the Cardinals last week. That's all I got to say. That's a bunch of
you hate to see a kneel with, 5 seconds left?
2 seconds left.
Yeah. A kneel to miss by 0.5 points. It's like I've heard that before somewhere.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And there's that voice. Justin, how's it going?
Oh, I'm all right. Not too bad. Got burned by shitty Drew Lock there. Hey, Matt, I know what will make you feel better. Stop calling everyone fucking frauds, and maybe you'll win some games, eh?
Dude.
It's the NFL gods. Every time we sit there, Matt watches the game, guy throws bat pass, fraud.
Okay, tell me the Eagles aren't frauds. Lost outright to the
Giants.
Giants.
Are, and that's why I faded Kyle. How did that
Okay, well, let's get into this once I introduce everybody, all right? We can get into that during the actual show
Let's just hold on. On record, though, notice Justin's tone never changes. He had above 500 week last week, and his tone just doesn't change from one week to the next. Always dying.
Always ready to go. You guys heard me pre-show. I got fired up talking about our pal Dougie Ford. I'm ready to go. You guys are on point. I'm coming after everyone today.
This is going to be a long ass.
Coming after everyone.
All right. Last but not least, TJ, the winner who chose the winner of the Masters this past weekend.
Sir.
TJ, how's it going?
Let me just put my green jacket on here real quick. There we go. Yes, thank you very much, DJ, for finally coming through and winning one. Very nice. But on the other hand, I'm not a big fan of Nick Chubb from last week. All right, moving on. Let's go.
All right, quickly. One last golf thing. Only golf thing.
Oh, God.
Please tell me you guys, we all caught it. We died. DJ's interview in the
absolutely.
Green jacket. Did you hear that, Jake?
Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Guy gave him the green jacket. He's like, DJ, we're really proud of you. Congratulations. And he just looks at him and goes, absolutely. It was
Amazing.
To be honest, I didn't really care about him winning. It was more about Pauline at the end.
Oh, God.
Anyways, moving on from that. Okay, let's go into last week's records. Last week, Justin was 3-2. Positive week. How are you?
Jake late burns.
Jake was 2-1, so not a losing record. Positive.
I'm the most average gambler in the world. 2-1 is like exactly where I expect to be.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that though, because you're at least hopefully getting even, but we'll see. TJ with the hot week at 4-2-1, and then one of those wins, I believe, that was including the DJ.
Yeah, that's including DJ.
So DJ. So on his overall picks, it was 3-2-1, and we added a DJ win onto his because he got it right. We're not taking losses. Let's put that in perspective. We're not taking losses on that.
We are when we bet on Nick Chubb.
We'll let you talk about Nick Chubb.
Not a loss.
Yeah.
So TJ was 4-2-1 with all those picks. Matt was 2-3, a negative record.
That is a Seahawks touchdown, Jake.
And finally, the house. For the first time, the house was not positive. 1-2. We rode the Seahawks too many times, and they have officially screwed us. We are off the Seahawk train. Let's put it that way.
And I have to say the Ravens are frauds.
Okay, well,
frauds.
Can we just focus on this stuff right now instead of going off? Like, Jesus, here we go. I was 3-4-1.
Yeah, quick rundown there.
So overall, for the entire year so far, Justin is 5-9. Jake is 6-7-1. TJ is 7-7-1. Matt is 7-8. In-house is 5-4. And I'm 5-13-1.
What?
I'm not going to go over that quicker.
5-13-1.
Okay,
Sorry.
so getting into this week's picks.
How many losses?
Getting into this week's picks. God damn it. Yeah. I can't even focus right now. Oh, my God. All right. First game, Atlanta, New Orleans. In New Orleans, we like the over in this game, and the over is currently 50.5 points. Justin, you want to start us off with what our thoughts are on this one?
Sure. NFC South matchup. Should be an interesting game. Falcons are 3-1 since firing Dan Quinn. Should be 4-0. Todd Gurley is a ball hog. Selfish player. Separate argument. Right? The only worry I have with this is Winston, right? Knowing Sean Payton, he'll probably put up a proper game plan that's geared toward Winston. Don't be surprised if you see Taysom Hill play like 25% at quarterback and actually play quarterback for some snaps instead of just wildcat plays, and that's how they're going to keep Atlanta on their toes, is have him back there, no Winston on the field, and to literally play quarterback. But
yeah, to sort of play into that is, I think that actually is going to work out for the Saints this week, and the fact that the Falcons aren't really going to have a game plan for one quarterback, they will have a game plan for one quarterback, not really two. So I think if Sean Payton does a good job of spreading them out and using them separately in their own aspects, keep Jabu from throwing the ball too much through too many interceptions, right? So get Taysom Hill out there, those two. Hopefully it works out, I think they can still put up points. They have a hell of an offense.
To use them, right? He's just got to keep using Taysom Hill like he normally does and bring it up, right? Instead of using him and getting too carried away with Winston, right? But I think if he uses them, right, Saints have covered over 7 of last 9, right? So they can put the points up. They still got Kamara. They got a healthy Michael Thomas, healthy Emmanuel Sanders. Like their offensive core is there.
Yeah.
Right. And Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones are going off, right? So as long as this game gets off to a hot start, at least 10 to 14 points in the first quarter, then I think we'll be fine.
Absolutely.
By the way, when TJ said Jabu is Jemias Winston.
Jabu wins.
I think there's Twitter
handle.
Just
I think it's his Instagram.
wins.
Jabu wins.
Eating that dub. God, that was just terrifying. Sorry, I had to take a drink there because I almost fell asleep when Justin started talking there because he was saying about 3 words a minute. But TJ, is there
all right? It's gonna be that kind of show. Let's go. Fire me up.
Do you want to add anything else to that?
No, I just think that both teams aren't the most sound on defense when it comes to overall.
No,
so I think both offenses are good. Both defenses aren't great. The Falcons' defense definitely isn't great. Saints can definitely give up points. That's just the main thing. Both teams have too good of offenses and not enough defense for this to be under at all.
Yeah, and even for Jabu, for example, last year he led the league in passing yards, so he's still a very, very good quarterback.
He's up there.
He does like to throw to he likes to throw picks and touchdowns, which is fantastic for an over.
Which
not necessarily winning games. I would say he's probably the best backup in the league.
Oh, hands down.
Name a better backup than him.
Teddy Bridgewater this week.
Okay, well. But I say, maybe not very. He's a decent quarterback. He's the best backup by far in the league. He threw for over 5,000 yards. I mean, he did put up a 30-30 last year, but
you just got to not throw the ball to the other team and remember what.
Hey, you got LASIK over.
He got eye surgery. He knows what colors his own team is now.
Yeah.
As long as he's not playing the Bucs. If he was playing the Bucs, he might have thought it was his old team and thrown it right to him.
Stand a couple crap legs and throw it to whoever you wanted to.
So I guess I really don't have to kick it to Matt because Matt just kind of took over there.
Yeah,
so
we're good.
That's all right.
So we like the over. Right now, honestly, I think it could be a coin flip on who actually wins the game.
Yeah, I'm not touching that.
But we don't care about that. We just want the over. Just give us points. We couldn't care less what happens. So
yeah.
Getting into the second game of our picks, Tennessee at Baltimore. Current line is Baltimore by 6 points, I believe. So we currently like Tennessee plus 6 points after the Baltimore debacle, I guess is what we could call it, of the Monday night game or Sunday night game, sorry, and the rain shit show that happened. We just don't trust their offense right now. So we'll start off with TJ on this one. What are your thoughts on this one?
I don't trust weather. I don't trust teams. There's a whole lot of shit I don't trust, and it makes gambling very hard, okay? This, on the other hand, makes it a little bit easier because Damian Harris, all you Pats fans love him. He's good. Don't get me wrong. But he is nowhere even close to Derrick Henry. And if Damian Harris can run all over the Ravens defense, I think Derrick Henry can do that and more, okay? That's what it's going to come down to here. I'm not going to say that Tennessee is for sure going to win this game in the end, but it's definitely not going to be a shootout for Baltimore. It's going to be a close game. If anything, Tennessee will spread away with it. So I think at the end of the day, it's going to be a really close game. Tennessee's going to cover for sure. Derrick Henry's going to have a great day. So fantasy owners.
I can see the twitch in Justin's eye right now. You want to make a comment on that?
Yeah, what's that?
I got one line on this game because I honestly don't know which way it's going to go.
Okay.
That guy that used to be the MVP doesn't really know how to throw the sports ball that he uses.
LaFraud Jackson.
Yeah.
Yes.
LaFraud. F-word.
I don't know. He doesn't know what he's doing with that football right now, and he's not running it either. He's lost. He's stuck between both. He's trying to prove a point that he can throw the ball, but also forgets he's faster than half the running backs in the league. So
you're saying to bench him, put him at running back, and bring in RG3 season.
Oh yeah,
Chase McSorley.
Where's Troy Smith? He's better. Let's get Troy Smith in there. That's all Baltimore's had, the same quarterback over and over and over and over again.
Yeah, well, we're not going to.
That's my one line on that game. You guys take this one. I'm not. This game is an enigma to me.
Basically, what you're saying is we don't really care if the Ravens win as long as they don't win by more than 6 points. Is what it sounds like. Okay, I like that.
Exactly.
Matt, final thoughts.
Yeah, I'm with you guys on LaFraud Jackson. I've never really been a fan of him. The past 2 weeks, he's just still looked terrible. I unfortunately had Ravens -7 last week, and he screwed me over. And I don't see how Derrick Henry doesn't outperform Damian Harris, like TJ was saying. So I'm pretty much riding with Derrick Henry on this one. And even then, the Titans have a better passing offense than the Pats.
Yeah.
As long as the weather holds out, it's not a rainstorm again. So I'm pretty comfortable taking Titans +6 here.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about Baltimore last week. Cost me 2 of my picks. I took the over, and I took Baltimore -7.
And you're a Patriots fan, right?
Yeah.
That's what you get for going against the boy. Foxborough, the boy.
Shut up.
Your coach is a witch.
Yeah,
he very well might be. He pulls horseshoes out of his ass all the time, and I will no doubt admit that. But I could have been perfectly fine with going 1-1 in that game as long as they hit the over. But there's no points in the first quarter, no points in the fourth quarter. Ugh! Okay.
Did you see the fourth quarter? Because I couldn't see the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I couldn't see much.
I don't care. Put up 7 points. That's all I needed.
3.
Sorry, I needed 3. Yeah, no, 3.5. I needed 4 points.
Oh, 3.5.
Yeah, because Nick Folk missed the fucking
Yeah,
extra
okay,
point.
he's shit. Everyone knows that.
Okay, so to recap, Baltimore, Tennessee, in Baltimore, we like Tennessee +6 points. Last game, we had debated on many of this game, debated on which pick we actually wanted to in the game. We'll get into our picks individually later, but I believe we're very similar with this. Miami, Denver. In Denver, we like the over. The over is only 45. Denver was kind of a shit show last week, and Drew Lock threw, I believe, 4 picks in that game.
Yeah.
So we're kind of hoping for a little bounce back, get a couple points up there, but we still think Miami ultimately will take it, to be determined. Matt, we'll start off with you. What are your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, like you're saying about Locke, in the past 3 games, he has 6 touchdowns, 6 picks, 4 fumbles. So he can't really hold on the ball very much, which is fine because, once again, we just need points. The Miami defense has looked relatively good over the past 3 games, as well as their offense with Tua. So as long as they can create these turnovers, I don't see how the Dolphins can't put up at least 30. And there's garbage time. I could see Locke at least putting up 14, and it's pretty much all we need there. So I'm pretty confident.
So you're saying he might be like the Jabu of last year, where he throws picks and touchdowns all the time.
Yeah, I was hammering every Bucks over last year. I was obliterating it. So,
and I'm pretty sure we made some money on that as well. So,
100%. Yeah.
TJ, we'll go second to you on this one.
Yeah, to just keep going on what Matt was saying, Drew Lock turned the ball over 4 times last week. They turned the ball over 5 times total. Drew Lock had a fumble as well that he got back, so he got lucky there that it wasn't 6. And this is not to mention that Raiders defense is, I want to say not very good, but I think it's even worse than that. Like, they do not have a good defense. And the fact that –
Broncos?
No. Last week they played the Raiders.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about this week.
No. I'm saying the Broncos turn the ball over against a defense that's not very good. They shouldn't be accounting for almost 6 turnovers in one game. On the other hand, Miami's defense is very good, and they do create those turnovers. They're not top 5 by any means defense-wise, but they're good at getting those turnovers. They're good at shutting down the other team and getting the ball back, right? Tua has looked okay. He's looked pretty good. Nothing too special so far, I'd say, but at the same time, he hasn't really had to go on any long drives because they've been putting themselves in really great positions. So I think Miami's going to do the brunt of the load here on the over. Hopefully we can account for some Broncos points here to make it a little closer. But, yeah, we're hoping for a big week from Miami here and getting that over.
Yeah, so we keep talking up the Miami defense, and the reason we keep talking them up is because we believe they are going to force some turnovers, which ultimately gives their offense a few more chances.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
So,
can we start the DPOY campaign for Adam Van Ginkel, please?
Yeah, that guy is just a monster.
I agree. Yep. Every week we seem to be watching these games, and all of a sudden Van Winkle comes out of nowhere. It's either a punt block or a sack or whatever it may be. Somehow he gets the ball and gives his offense a chance or a touchdown itself. So, screw it. I'm going to put an MVP vote for Van Ginkel. There you go.
We're a Van Ginkel fan. We're a Van Ginkel fan club over here for sure.
So, you saying I shouldn't sprinkle on the Van Ginkel MVP?
I mean, I wouldn't.
May have to call on a Gibraltar for that one. I don't know if they give me.
I might have to call a bookie to get those odds, to be honest.
You might want to take a look at Myles Garrett, defensive.
I already got that one in.
We'll touch on that after. Justin, any final thoughts on this one before we move on?
Nope.
Okay. I like that. Short, sweet, makes it easy for me. So to recap all of our picks, Atlanta at New Orleans, we like the over at 50.5. Tennessee at Baltimore, we like Tennessee plus 6 points. And Miami at Denver, we like the over 45. Getting into our regular segment, like it, love it, lock it. We will go through all of our picks again this week. I believe a lot of us are on a couple of very similar games, and then again we also have some picks out of nowhere. Really is where they are. So, getting into this quick, Justin, like it, give it to me.
We've been over this. I hate this week. These games all suck for the most part. So when the games suck, you ride with your boys. Pittsburgh minus 10.
Ooh.
In Jacksonville. You guys are all said, Bengals last week. Oh, they're going to go look so great. No one ever goes into Pittsburgh in a divisional game and looks good. They got their ass kicked. Ben looked sick. Joe Burrow didn't look great. So do I think Jake Luton's going to look great? No, I think he's going to get destroyed by TJ Watt. TJ Watt might take his head off. So you might see Minshew magic in the end anyway. 10 points is not a lot to overcome. Their offense has been clicking. Ben looked good last week. I don't see Jacksonville putting up many points at all. I think it's a feast for Dupree and Watt this week.
So remember when you told me to not take Steelers minus 14 against the Cowboys because there's too many points?
Remember how that worked out? I don't take this many points often, but when I don't have anything else on the board I go with my board.
Okay, fair enough.
So Jake, when we do the video, can you put the Admiral Akbar in there? It's a trap when he makes that pick.
Yeah, we'll see if I can do that, boys. All right, we'll see. I just want to mention Jake Luton 2-0 against the spread with the Jags.
Yeah, but he saw his halftime stats.
Something to think about.
He's lucky he saw the second half last week.
So if TJ Watt's in prison from taking his head off, does that mean that my Myles Garrett
is looking great for a defensive player of the year? 100%.
Hopefully Aaron Donald does something like that.
As long as you cover me my points this week, but
all right.
You tell me my offense versus their offense, and I got to put up 10 more points than them.
I would have said that the same about Green Bay last week, and look how that turned out. So
Green Bay is looking fucking shaky.
Oh, okay, Steelers fan, that's enough.
They're not even in the same conference. What is?
Holy, this is going to be a longer segment than the show picks.
Jesus. All right.
You guys had to be on.
Justin's like 15
all right,
minutes.
Enough. We get it.
I
Justin's
said
a
it. You
Steelers
guys
fan.
kept
Took the
whining.
Steelers. Everybody else is
You guys
against him.
kept countering my picks. I didn't
Jake,
we were doing
your
that.
like it pick. Go.
Oh, geez. You're a terrible moderator, Kyle.
All right, fair warning. I said it off the top of the show. My likes are 0-3. So take that with how you may. This week, my like is Kansas City -7.
Okay, not a pick. We're good. We're good.
I believe it's up to -8, but I still like it at -8. I just want to give you some facts here, people. In the last 17, the Chiefs are 14-3 against the spread in divisional road games.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Reid is 18-3 straight up as a head coach after the bye in his career. That's excluding playoffs. It's even better with the playoffs. And after the bye last season, the Chiefs finished the season 8-0 straight up and against the spread with an average win margin of 16.6, which started with a 40-9 win over the Raiders. I got
I'd just like to touch on that,
-7
please.
and 8.
We don't have time. Move on. Next pick. Let's go.
No. Hold on. How's the Chiefs' record against the spreads when you bet on them against the Panthers?
0-1.
0-1?
0-1.
0-1? Okay. Okay.
And how did the Chiefs do against the Raiders last time they played them?
You know how hard it is to beat the
Okay, you know what? I'm going to burn one of my stats from later.
We're seeing it tonight. You can't beat the same team twice. It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Last time they lost 2 in a row to the Raiders, 8 years ago.
Oh.
So you're saying there's a chance?
No, there is no chance.
There's literally no chance.
You need to have a defense, and all their defense is sitting at home, sitting there with anxiety going, oh, Patty Mahomes is going to make me look like an idiot on the weekend because they're on the COVID list.
Okay,
More on that later.
We know where Justin's leaning towards later on in the show. We'll get to that in a bit.
Jeez.
TJ, what is your like it pick?
All right, my like it pick is going to be a first on this show. I am going to be the first one to take a money line. All right, this week I'm taking Cincinnati Bengals money line versus the Washington football team.
What's a money line, TJ?
Let me explain. Now, if a team just wins the game, no matter what the score,
you're not actually
win.
explaining a money line right now, right?
Okay.
So anyways.
Okay, why Cincinnati? Why do you like that money line?
Washington only averages 20 points per game this year, okay? No one likes their offense, or I hope not. Okay. Yep. Cincinnati, on the other hand, a lot of people like their offense. Okay. They're very flashy. They like to put up points. Sometimes they struggle. Definitely, we've seen that. But I don't see them struggling to put up 30 points on most given defenses. Okay. Burrow, Higgins, Boyd, they've all been amazing this year. But the one thing that I'd like to touch on is that the football team's D is not as good as stats show or people think. They've given up 30 or more points in 4 games this year. The games that weren't 30 were the Lions. They gave up 27. The Eagles, the fraud Eagles, the Giants twice, and the Cowboys. All right. So once they play a team that has a good offense, they just give up too many points. They can't shut them down. Their offense is not going to be able to keep up with Cincinnati. So my like this week is Cincinnati money line.
So essentially what you're saying is as long as they play the NFC East, they're fine. Okay.
Yep.
All right, Matt, your like it pick.
All right, so since we're talking about frauds, Jared Goff is a fraud on the road. He is not very good on the road. So the Rams are 2-3 on the road this season, and the Bucs have only played 4 at home, but they are 3-1 at home. Last week, unfortunately, the Bucs had a massive bounce back, blowing out TJ's Panthers, and the Rams do love to run the ball, and unfortunately, the Bucs have one of the best run Ds in the league. So forcing Jared Goff to throw the ball is not exactly something Rams fans like to see. So this week, I'm going to be taking Tampa Bay -4 against Road Goff.
All right, I like it. My like it pick, I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm running with the show in this one. Miami, Denver over 45. That's my like it pick. We already explained that to you, so I don't need to go into more detail. Justin, your love it pick.
Miami -3.5. Is that fast enough?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, shit.
It's much better, actually, because I believe, Matt, what's your love it pick?
Miami -3.5.
Okay. Yeah, we'll get there, and I believe at least 2 other people have that pick, maybe even 3. We'll see.
We should all just
Yeah.
like tell
Does
everyone.
anyone want to explain Miami -3.5, or we're just right?
I'll explain. Denver's terrible.
Denver is not good.
Denver's
No.
terrible. Tua is, I believe, 3-0 right now.
Yeah,
as the Dolphins starting quarterback. He has gotten better every week, as well as their entire team has gotten better every week. I believe their defense is honestly coming together more as a more complete unit now, and their special teams on any given night can give them 7 points. So to me, it's easy with Miami.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Justin, it's your pick if you want to add to it. So.
Okay.
We explained that like Drew Lock stinks. He had 6 picks and 4 fumbles in 3 games. Like, that's enough.
When Tua and Van Ginkel start the game, they're 2-0.
MVP Van Ginkel. Remember? Okay.
So if he's missing, we're screwed. Okay.
We're fucked. Yeah, fade for sure.
Okay. Moving on. Jake, love it pick.
All right. Well, my likes might be 0-3, but my loves are 3-0. The only one left with an undefeated record in the segment. At 3-0, mind you. This week, I got the boys, the New England Patriots -2. The Patriots season is back on. 4-5 now. This win gets them back to 500. The season is back on. No idea why this line is -2 to begin with. I'm not going to let it scare me away. I'm not going to let Vegas control my brain. The Texans cannot stop the run. Between Harris, Burkhead, and Newton, I mean, New England should gash them up no problem. The New England defense, I don't think it's as bad as we think. There was a number of limitations at practice today. It looks like Gilmore was limited. A few other guys on the defensive end and offensive end, but I'm hoping we get some key guys to return next Sunday. And New England is 8-1 straight up in their last 9 against Houston. So I got New England -2.
Good thing Houston sucks against the run because you guys don't have a quarterback. You would just employ 3 running backs all the time.
Hey! Whoa!
First off,
on the ball than Lamar Jackson.
Don't put Cam in that.
First
Lamar
off, I'm a New England
bubble.
fan, and the only thing that worries me about that line is the fact that we are 28th against the pass, and Deshaun Watson's the 6th ranked quarterback. So, to me, that's the only thing that worries me about that one, because I don't like if it does end up being a shootout. I don't know if New England can go shootout for shootout, especially with us being a run.
No, you can't.
I'm 3-0, my love, guys.
Yeah, listen to Jake.
No need to worry about New England -2.
All right.
Picks are meant to die, aren't they?
Not this one. Not this record.
Not this. Okay.
So you're okay. TJ, you want to talk about your love?
Yeah, well, I'll talk about it a little bit more. We've already talked about it because it's one of our show picks. Atlanta and New Orleans over 50.5. All right. Like I said before, both teams love to score points. Don't like to stop people from scoring points on them. Wash that Winston mindset out that he's going to be horrible. I think he'll do just fine. I don't expect him to be a stud, but he'll do just fine. He's got many targets to throw to. Kamara will keep him from having to throw too much. And Atlanta will keep up, no problem. Their offense is there. So I love Atlanta, New Orleans over 50.5.
All right. And finally, Matt, did you have anything to add? If we already kind of outed your pick, it's Miami 3.5, but
I mean, we all talked about it enough. I think I don't really have much else to add to it.
Fair enough. I'm going off the board with this one. My love, which I am 0-3 on, is Cleveland -3.
Wait,
Perfect.
That's your love?
+3.
Oh, no.
That is my love. You can fade me if you want.
Jake, can I add Eagles +3?
We're not going to talk about last week. We're not going to talk about that.
Hey, fade Kyle once. Try it again.
The reason why I am choosing Cleveland is because I'm fading the fraud Eagles and their lack of entire team offense and defense. They let Daniel Jones run like he's Lamar Jackson out there, and their offense looked worse than the Patriots without anybody on the offense. So I like Cleveland -3 as long as Nick Chubb doesn't screw me by running out of bounds at the 2-yard line when he has a touchdown in hand. I think I'll be fine at -3.
I believe we said we weren't talking about that.
I think we said we were going to bring it up afterwards.
Were we?
Now.
Okay.
So
I was in full celebration mode when he was running.
Oh, you should have seen TJ.
I turned away from my TV, and when I turned back, the announcer goes, "Oh, and Nick Chubb makes a smart decision, runs out of bounds at the 1. They'll take a knee to win this one." And I said, "What?"
Yeah.
I just texted you guys. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
I think we were all riding the horse when he was running on the side.
I think half my body was already through the glass window in celebration when I saw that he ran out of bounds. And then I absolutely just cried myself to sleep.
Shirts may have come off during that.
In the words of Michael.
I was woo! Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, and then Nick Chubb can. Yeah, I'm not gonna make this a Nick Chubb hate club, but fuck Nick Chubb.
Ooh, I like that. Nick Chubb hate club. I like that. Okay, finally, lockets. Justin, lead us off.
Well, Jake so eloquently put it with all his fancy numbers.
Mm.
Chiefs are angry. I have to waste one stat because Kyle wasn't thinking straight. We've not lost 2 in a row against the Raiders since 2012. It's not starting tomorrow. Sunday, sorry. They've been on a roll. They've been kicking people's asses since that loss. They've won 4. They've won every game since. 3 of them were pretty much blowouts by 7+.
Which one wasn't?
Close against your Panthers.
Shootout
there.
Which I believe somebody in this group had the Chiefs spread.
I don't think anyone did.
I don't remember.
Anyways,
I think someone said he wasn't in the group or something.
Just air in the ear there. I just heard someone talk.
Yeah, that week I wasn't allowed to be in the group. Remember? Yeah. So I was an outsider.
Doesn't count.
Chiefs are 15-3 in the last 18 against the spread. I don't see. Yes, they're on the road. At one point, the whole Raiders D went on COVID list pretty much, so they haven't been practicing. They won't get to practice until Saturday. They probably won't practice. Will probably be a walkthrough. The defense already sucks. I think Cleveland Farrell's actually hurt and won't play because he was going on IR before this all started.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see how a team that sucks at defense, can't practice defense, is going to play defense. 1-1 don't make stopping Patrick Mahomes.
6.
On a rest. Everyone's healthy if they did have little injuries. So this could be – I would have taken them at 10 if it was there. But 7's all right.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you're done. Okay.
All right.
Jesus Christ. Jake, add every pick Kyle has. Fade every pick. I'm ready. Let's go.
Parlay Kyle's pick.
We had already
fade parlay.
Jake had already talked about the likes, and you basically repeated what you said. So I was kind of like,
when we get our own sports book, we'll have the fade the Kyle.
I've got a whole section.
I faded Kyle once last week. Giants +3. Called me an idiot. They spanked the Eagles.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Fade me.
Good for you, Justin.
Fade
I'm
me.
happy you got some wins under your
First off, I told everybody last week to fade my picks.
Much needed. Still didn't make any money.
Told everybody to fade my picks last week. Just putting that out there.
All right.
Jake, lock it. Let's go.
Well, back with the stats guy, Jake here. My lock it this week is Green Bay +1.5. I'll take the points. I could take the money line because they're going to win this game, no problem. Packers are 12-0 against the spread, following an against the spread loss. Last week they lost to the Jags. We know that because I was on the Jags. Colts looked solid last week, but it was a divisional game against the Titans, and the Titans didn't have their Pro Bowl punter, Brett Kern. We noticed a big difference in that game without Brett Kern. I know punters don't make a big difference, but when you get blocked or you kick a 17-yard punt, it makes a big difference.
Punters' lives matter too.
Punters are people too.
Field position. Green Bay is 13-3 straight up in their last 16. And besides an embarrassing loss to Tampa Bay and a divisional loss to Minnesota, they've looked pretty solid this season. Not great, but pretty solid. They were lazy last week, so I think they come out hot this week. They can't afford another slow start. So, and also they're 4-1 straight up on the road this season. So I got Green Bay +1.5. You can take a money line. I think they win this game, no problem, against the Colts.
Yeah, I think the +1.5 right now is, at least on Bet365, at least 1.9 odds for the +1.5.
That's up.
I believe they're
up to 2.5. Well, 2. You can take it with 2. They were 2.5 earlier today.
But their money line, I believe, is what, 2.1? I believe.
Yeah.
Maybe higher.
So if you want to make a little bit extra money, obviously you can go for the money line, because at 1.5 points, although we know half points really matter, right, Matt?
Every point matters.
Okay.
It's essentially almost a pick 'em in that game.
Point matters.
We're going to rename the show to the Half Point Club soon.
Yeah, 2.1. That's right, Kyle. I just double-checked.
So, points do matter. We might have a separate segment of if we take off those half points. Maybe Matt might join that. We'll see if that goes. But, TJ, your lock-it pick.
All right. My lock-it pick this week is – have you heard it before? Miami -3.5. All right. Miami -3.5 against Denver. We've talked about it too much. Miami's just a way better team. Broncos suck. Miami's going to just absolutely destroy them. I don't need to talk about it other than that. Miami's a way better team. Denver has no shot. That's it.
Short, sweet. I like it. Matt, your Lockett pick.
I didn't realize you were 0-3 on Loves, and you also took Browns -3.
Uh-oh.
But the thing is, I also took Eagles with Kyle last week, and they fucked me over. So now I'm betting against the frauds with Kyle here.
Just put some money in your garbage bin.
No. Nick Chubb looked amazing last week. He helped me in my prop. I needed 5 yards on his over rushing yards. He got it, but then he also fucked TJ and Jake on their locks. But and Kyle, yeah. Overall, same thing Kyle was saying. I don't see how the Eagles are able to stop Chubb, even Kareem Hunt. They look terrible against Danny Dimes. Baker Mayfield's better. They have better weapons. Their offense is just better.
All you have to do is get Chubb on the 1 yard line, and he just will run out of bounds. Just keep him there all game, and they won't score any points.
You think Todd Gurley called him and said, "Hey, man, how'd you do that?"
I don't know how to do that.
Nick's Chubb doing the throw fantasy weeks away training camp in the offseason.
Yeah.
So
let's hope you go 1-3 though. Let's hope.
Well, I'm hoping I go undefeated, man. I need a good winning, and then as soon as I will flame everybody who fades me if I go perfect this week.
I'm riding way too much with.
I will come on the show and I will. Oh, you don't even want to know. Well, you better hope that I am right because my Lockett is Miami -3.5.
I'm not
going to go into it. I'm not going to go into
the last episode.
Miami -3.5. I think Vegas knows. I don't think Vegas is on the Miami train yet. It should be. Miami, it should be a lot more points than 3.5 this week, I think. To be honest, I thought it was going to end up like 5.5 to start and then maybe go up or down depending on how people went. But Miami 3.5 is my Lockett, and you can stamp that in. Let's go over them quickly. Justin, Pittsburgh -10 for his like. Miami -3.5 for his love. Kansas City -7 for his Lockett. Jake, Kansas City -7 for a like. New England -2 for a love, which he is 3-0 at, by the way. And Lockett.
That's the wrong way.
What?
I'm 3-0 in one of them.
Jake's trying to do that, and he's doing the wrong way.
Oh, I think you're saying I was saying it the wrong way. Like, wait, what?
My apologies.
And then like it, Green Bay +1.5. Or sorry, Lockett, Green Bay +1.5. TJ, like it, Cincinnati money line, first money line we've taken yet. Love it is Atlanta at New Orleans over 50.5, riding with the show on that one. And Lockett is Miami -3.5 points, which we have beaten to death like a dead horse. Matt, like it, Tampa Bay -4. Love Miami -3.5, and Lockett Cleveland -3. Myself, I like Miami Denver over 45 to go with the show. Love Cleveland -3, which I'm 0-3 at, so fade me as you will. And Lockett Miami -3.5 points. Now, getting into our quick hits, which we will, boys, make quick.
Hit them quick.
Justin, you have 2 picks. Go.
Am I saying both of them?
Yes.
Please.
No, first and then the other.
Second one, then the first one.
Try to say them both at the same time. See how that goes.
The numbers are almost the same. Over Atlanta, New Orleans, 50.5. Done. Set already.
Yep.
Green Bay, Indy is an interesting one. First instinct told me to take the over. Then I read a little bit more. Colts top run defense. They're going to focus all week on Aaron Rodgers because there is no running game coming out of Green Bay right now. I take the under, 51.5.
Ooh.
I don't think they're going to quite get over there. Rivers can't throw the ball very well anymore. And I just think they'll focus on it. Darius Leonard in the middle will stop any short stuff for run game. So under in that one.
I think that's got to be the most interesting pick we've had on this show.
Yeah, I don't really like that one too much.
Sir,
I can't bet
don't you wait. I will one up you on those.
Well, Matt, if you don't like it,
I didn't say it was the worst bet. I just said it was interesting.
So
get interest. There's nothing here in this week that's fun. So let's just,
agree.
I don't know, let's pull things out of a hat.
Hey, positive vibes only.
Speaking
I'm
of
having fun.
I was just saying, hey, three other people in this group have gone off the board with some of their picks, so we will see.
Yep.
They went off the board with the Giants last week in a quick pick.
Yeah, okay, shut up. Enough.
But to be honest, I'm too young to bet the under, so I'm not going to do it. But Jake, your quick hits, you got 2 of them. Go.
Yeah, I actually had one to start the day, but now I'm up to two. I got Miami -3.5. Can't go away from everyone else.
You kind of
ride the public for that one. Like Kyle said, until Vegas catches up to Miami, I gotta keep taking them because Denver stinks. And then another one I got, actually reached out to a friend. Usually gives me my college football picks for the week. So I've got Liberty +3.5 against NC State. This is from my buddy Jake Hassan. And he wrote in a text to me, all this team does is win games and cover spreads. So Liberty +3.5 this week.
Yeah, 8-0 Liberty. To me, being minus points against 5-2 NC State, it's kind of embarrassing, especially since Liberty is a ranked team and NC State is not a ranked team. Yeah. So I like that pick. I do. TJ, you have one pick, and it is not NFL football.
It is not. I'm on the same wavelength as Jake there, and I'm going college football. I took this team already, or took this city already. Let's take it again. We're taking Cincinnati -5.5 against Central Florida UCF. Just a quick information: Cincinnati's 5-2 against the spread this year. Central Florida's 2-5. Take that as you will. Cincinnati looks legitimate this year. They look like a dominant threat. I could see them going undefeated this year. So take Cincinnati and take them for the rest of the year.
All right. I like it. Matt, you have 3 picks. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. I'm riding with Jake here. Taking my boys, the Pats, -2. I think Texans' worst run D in the league. Pats pretty much strictly rely on the run. I think they're just going to run them over. So Pats -2. I'm taking Chargers -8.5. Jets are definitely by far the worst team in the NFL, and Chargers have one of the best offenses. I don't see the Jets pretty much catching up with them, so Chargers -8.5. And lastly, Atlanta, New Orleans over 50.5. We've touched on it enough, so those are my quick hits.
All right, three quick hits. I like it. I'm gonna one up everybody. I got 4.
Of course.
I went.
What a surprise.
Not 7.
I went 3, 4, and 1 last week on my quick hits. As we said, Baltimore kind of screwed me a little bit last week, but it is what it is. Matt, you and I are riding together this week.
I hate every second of it.
You might not like it, but we are. So I like Tampa -4. As we were saying, Road Goff, I don't trust him. But in saying that, I also have the over in that game. I believe that with Road Goff, he does throw picks. And I think that the Tampa Bay defense may not score the points, but will at least give Brady the opportunity to score more points and hit the over of 48.5. Tampa Bay is at home, and Goff has not been great on the road. So those two line up for me. Just like Matt, I like the Chargers 8.5. The Jets have lost by 9+ points in all but 2 games this year. And the 2 games they didn't was New England when they should have won the game. And the other one was the Bills because the Bills just forgot how to actually score a touchdown and do anything other than kick field goals. So finally, I am going off the board with our very first footy. I guess if you want to shout out Nick on that one, it's a footy pick. Saturday morning, Man City against Tottenham. I like Man City's money line. I believe it's 1.8 right now. So I am following TJ in the money line pick here. But I do like Man City in that one. So
yeah, that's a very good pick. I agree.
Yes. Indubitably. Oh, yes. Okay, so to go over the picks real quick, Justin riding with the show, Atlanta, New Orleans, over 50.5. But he is also going with the under in the Green Bay, Indianapolis game of 51.5. Jake is riding with pretty much everybody else on the show of Miami -3.5 and going a little bit off the board with Liberty in the NC2A +3.5 against NC State. TJ is going NC2A as well with Cincinnati -5.5 points against UCF. Matt's going with Jake on this one, New England -2. Him and I are riding together on Chargers -8.5, as well as he's riding with the show Atlanta, New Orleans over 50.5. Myself, Tampa -4, Chargers -8.5. The over in the Bucks-Chargers game, as well as the Man City money line.
Bucks-Rams over. Not Bucks-Chargers.
Oh, potato, same thing. Yeah. Either way, they're going to be
close enough.
They're going to be an LA team. That's what I'm saying.
They'll see it on the board. It'll be on the board. It'll be on the Twitter.
Oh,
yes,
absolutely.
Exactly. English isn't exactly my most proficient language, I guess is what you can say. So just to go into kind of overalls, just before I do this, our Love It and Lock It records are over 50% here. So if you are going to go with us, those are the picks to probably go with. I believe Jake's kind of helping us a lot with the Lovett picks at 3-0.
And you're not.
I'm hurting us a lot.
Yeah, you're not helping at all.
You and Jake cancel each other out.
Our like it records and our quick hit records. How do I put this? We're improving. We're getting better.
Are we now?
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. All right. Tone of voice.
I mean, that's the reason why they're like it in quick hits, though. They're not as important as Love It and Lock It. So you got to look at it.
Don't like it.
So you mean it's bad that I'm 0-3 and Love It and 1-2 and Lock It then?
Well, luckily
for
we're
for your bank account, yeah.
Alrighty then. So with that will do it for us here this week. Our fourth week in the podcast. If you do want to follow us, we do post a lot on Instagram, Twitter, at Betting House Pod on Twitter and Instagram. If you do want to, you can find our podcast on pretty much anywhere that does podcasts, Apple Music, Spotify, you name it, as well as YouTube. We do have videos coming out of all these podcasts that we do post. You can see our beautiful faces and how we react to some of these picks, other than using our voice. So until then, if you follow us on social media, and we will see you next time.
My friends are degenerates, but I never changed.